All right, welcome to the Feedback Podcast, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Back. Let's see, a couple of announcements. Number one, make sure you go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/the Feedback BAK. You can see the videos of all the people I've had on the show. Recently, I had Jose the Hype. That was a very fun podcast. We talked about closeted celebrities. That was pretty cool. It's Pride Month. It's still Pride Month, so like I gotta have a gay. I gotta have a gay guy on the show. Queer. Sorry, I don't know how he identifies as. Anyway, funny show to check out. Go follow Jose the Hype. I have a story about I did a show recently. It was a lot of fun. I'll tell you about it in a second. Let's see. Cheatham was on recently. I did one with Pat Royce about Hollywood money grabs. That was actually a pretty fun one too.
Money grabs.
And yeah, so go to youtube.com/the feedback to check out the video. Subscribe. That actually helps. I ain't got no sponsors. I ain't got no Patreon. I just do this because I love to talk to people. That's just me. But if you got money to throw my way, by all means, holla at me. I'm not going to turn it down. Second, follow Record Play Live. I don't know if this will come out by the time the next one comes on. I don't know. But anyway, follow Record Play Live. There's one coming up on Friday, June 30th. So probably this Friday. 80s Pop Edition.
Okay.
So we're doing Michael, we're doing Madonna, we're doing Tina, we're doing Prince, we're doing, U2, we're doing, all the 80s. Bobby Brown, of course. All the 80s pop. So you go to recordplay.live/RSVP to RSVP. And the day of that morning of the 30th at 11 o'clock, you have to confirm that you're coming. Because it's at Soho House and there's a guest list. And the guest list is capped. So last time it took 10 minutes to fill up. So make sure you put your email in, and I'll match it with your RSVP, and you're in. If it's too late,
are you telling me, or are you?
I'm telling the audience.
Oh, okay.
I
should not have to be RSVPing.
Are you even coming?
I'm staying longer for you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know. I might change my mind.
All right. Well, let me introduce my guest.
I got RSVP.
Blew it already.
I'm not doing it. No, but it sounds like a hot show.
No, it's dope. I want you. I told you I want you to see it. So if you tell me you're coming, I'll put you on.
Put me on as
a guest list.
Oh, yeah. On the guest list, or go up and do stuff.
No, just come check out the show. Play
Oh,
the game.
yeah. I might come check it out and then literally just get on the road and start driving.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. What day is it? Thursday?
It's Friday. Are you paying attention?
Nope.
I'm glad.
I didn't hear a word you said.
God damn it! This is why I don't like introduction, because the guest can never shut the fuck up.
I was thinking about drinking my water without making any sounds. And
focus. All right. So my guest today in my building, motherfucker, the gulp you just heard.
Yep.
Is none other than Doc Farrow is back in my building. How you doing, man?
Man, thank you. I'm blessed.
All right, you're gonna have to not drink the whole time.
I'm gonna be. What's the guy? Ron White. Just always getting ready to take a drink when he's.
Yeah, he never does. They call me Tater.
Yeah.
So yeah, how you been, man?
Tater.
Welcome back to Austin.
Thanks, man.
You've been killing it.
I've had a good time. Came through here a month ago. Did I think it was 8 shows in like 3 days. I was counting. And then
did you just go up and say, "Hey, I want a spot," and they just gave it to you?
Who did I reached out to Allison. Ali Woe.
Yeah, before you came.
On my way here.
Oh, okay.
I was driving. I was driving. I was like, "Hey, I'm coming out there." She's like, "Oh, get on my Liddy Titty show." I was confused. I thought it was for breast cancer.
No, just for small titty people.
Well, see, that's the thing, is that like it says titty, but there's
what's a Liddy Titty anyway?
I know, it's just one of the two, so I was confused.
Yeah.
So I got on that show, and then I think I was talking, and then when I got to the show, I called Dean too, and Dean just didn't get back to me right away. But I had Dean Stanfield. I called him, got on his show, and then it was just building. Everybody was like, "Hey, get on my show, get on my show, get on my show," which I am never upset about, ever.
Yeah, don't give me that. Oh, this is so hard. This is kind of thing. Oh my God, everybody wants me on their stage.
Hold on, gotta get my good side.
Sorry, the camera's on me right now.
It's so hard being me.
Oh, shut up.
No, I'm totally always grateful to be in Austin. I always have a good time. And this time, when I come back, I went to Baltimore, did a show, dealt with family for a little bit, had some personal stuff to take care of, and then on my way back, I went down to Alabama for a minute. Spent Juneteenth in Galveston and Houston, which is what I really wanted to do, and celebrate down there.
Yeah, like veterans were visiting, or
veteran friends, yeah. In Alabama, my cousin lives in Georgia. I got a chance to go to a film festival out there. And then this time around, I didn't have any shows lined up
before coming here.
I get here, and Dean says, "Oh, why don't you host a show while I'm gone? The Best of the West." I'm like, okay. Somewhere in there, I think I went and hung out at the cave. Did I talk to anybody? I can't remember. But then it was just like,
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Tuesday, I didn't do anything. Wednesday, I went out just to go hang out at the cave. Thursday, I did 1 show, 2 shows. Friday, 2 shows. Saturday, 3 shows. And then I ended up I just wanted to go do an open mic tonight. And then I ended up doing 2 shows tonight. And the open mic at Mothership was just phenomenal. He's really set that up like the Comedy Store.
Really?
He really does.
I mean, I saw it's in the little board, not in the
yeah. I haven't seen the bigger.
Yes, I only been twice to the bigger room.
Yeah.
Saw Robert Kelly.
Is it big?
I haven't seen the small one.
No, the big room. How many you say it seat? If you say 500.
No.
I
don't think it's 500.
Yeah. So there's 3 rooms or 2?
2. There's Little Boy and Fat Man, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, Little Boy and Fat Man. I haven't been to Little Boy yet.
Got it.
But did you?
The Little Boy is great. It's small. It's compact. It's not small. I mean, it's still comfortable for the audience. It's comfortable for me.
Mm-hmm.
The way it feels like it's set up, if you're going to talk in terms of the Comedy Store, it's belly room smallest, original room mid-size, and you've got the main room, which holds they can push out and put about 300 to 500 people in there.
Oh shit!
But it folds out. Like, you can't tell that that's how many people in there, but you can put that many in there. So the way he's got this set up, and here it looks like is belly room upstairs, like the Comedy Store, which would be the Little Boy.
Okay.
And I haven't seen the other room. So
did you hang out in the alley with all 500 comics?
Oh, so that was for the Kill Tony thing?
No, usually for the mic too.
Oh no, so they said, come put your name up, and I was like, okay. I thought the show was later, and they said, oh, just come back. We put the list up at 6:15, so it was 5:30 when we signed the list.
But it's a bucket kind of thing, or did you?
No, it's just a sign up.
Okay.
So sorry about that. So it's a sign up for that. The Kill Tony is evidently a bucket.
Yeah, Kill Tony is a bucket.
Right.
I thought the Sunday one was, it's the first whoever who signed up get on. It's not it's not like
no. A whole bunch of people signed up, and then
Right.
they put the list out at 6:15. It wasn't about the first people.
So it's a handpicked.
Yes, I guess. I don't know. I signed up. I left. I came back. I was on the list. A lot of people were not. Just like the Comedy Store.
Oh,
just like the Comedy
life is so hard.
And what's fascinating is that I sign up and I get into Mothership the very first time I sign up. I must have signed up at the Comedy Store at least 10 times. Never got it. So
wow,
shit happens. But it was fun. It was a great mic. Civilians were in there laughing.
Yeah, I mean,
it's set up for 3 minutes.
It was 3 minutes.
Yeah. I don't particularly like doing 3 minutes because I get revved up in a good story and I take a while. But when I prepare for it, I like being prepared for it because some of the comedians that I've done shows for, and some of the you don't run the light. Period. And when I got finished with the Mothership, I literally put the mic back in the mic stand right as it was going three minutes.
There's a clock. You can see?
There's a clock.
Oh, that helps.
Yeah. I don't like running the light. The first show that I ever did was at the Hollywood Improv, and I wasn't used to looking for it. A friend of mine, Stroy Moyd, who is a beast of a comedian up in San Francisco, he put me on. I used to swing for him while I was in acting school, get people to come to his show. He says, "I'm putting you on a show," and I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm putting you on a show. You don't get a chance to ask, like I'm putting you on a show," because I've been doing open mics with him,
right?
And it was beautiful because it forced me to work to get to that show. And for my very first show at something like the Hollywood Improv, not bad. It wasn't great. I went back and listened to it. I'm like, Who makes those mistakes?
Ah.
But it wasn't bad. But I remember like just wasn't used to feeling the time of my set, and then not used to looking up at the light. And then I see this thing flashing, and I was supposed to have 8 minutes. I think I was on 17.
Supposed to have 8 minutes. You get 17.
17.
Holy shit! You should be disqualified from doing comedy just from that.
The guy gave me that. It was the only warning he ever gave me because I never ran
17 instead of 8.
There was a guy named Jan that worked the sound booth and was doing the lights and everything. Ran the show. That was the first and only warning I ever got for running the light at that club, and I never ran it again.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, every time, and you can ask any comedian around here, anytime I go 5 seconds over, I'm apologizing. And like, no,
you
fine.
were traumatized. You went double.
Yeah,
the time.
yeah. No.
That's PTSD for you.
17 sounds long. It might have been 14. Like,
doesn't matter.
Like
It's still,
but you're right. It doesn't.
If you don't feel even just 10 seconds over.
Right. But again, first show I ever did, and I wasn't used to it. But now I can feel it. And but the mothership did have a clock, and I saw that I was on track when I got to 1 minute and 20 seconds. I'm like, okay, I'm 10 seconds ahead of time right now because I had already planned it out in my head.
Yeah.
Then because the audience kept laughing, I was like, guys, you gotta
let me go.
I don't have time. Come on, let me get through this process because it was some great stuff. And when I hit 2 minutes and 10 seconds, I was like, okay, now I got to speed through this next part. But yeah.
Well, good, man. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
I haven't gone up there yet. I will eventually.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've been since I've seen you. I'm trying to think if I had. Yeah, I did San Marcos.
Did you do it with Aaron? He was there last night, right?
No.
Okay.
It was last week.
I don't know anything about San Marcos.
I did. It was at the Rough House over in San Marcos. Jack Schutz, he puts it up. I did it a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And like around Christmas time, and it's like
we haven't
outdoors
seen each other for a while, huh?
Outdoors brewery kind of thing.
Oh, wait. I did this podcast last year.
Yeah, and
you said it was a year and a half ago you did this.
It was around Christmas time, not this past year. The year before.
The year before. Yeah, but
I think so.
I did the podcast last May or last March.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've seen you since then.
Yeah, but I'm saying as far as doing that show specifically.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, all right.
You okay?
Yeah. I
Is
was
it
like, you said, you said since I've seen you, I've done.
Oh,
that's what.
Yeah, since you were here just a month ago.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Remember?
Oh, all right. You're confusing. You started with.
Damn it.
You started with.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. What have I done since I saw you last?
I saw you last a month ago.
Right. You said I did San Marcos, and you said I did San Marcos a year and a half ago, and I said I've seen you since then.
I said, okay, I see confusion. Yeah, last time
I hear things that are being said to me sometimes.
Yeah, I see. I know there's sound coming out of my mouth. I appreciate that. Doesn't always make sense. You know what time it is? Don't spit.
Oh,
don't spit.
22, 26.
I told you I had a long fucking day.
It's all right.
It's all right. I'll live. Anyway, since the last time you were in town, I did the show.
Okay.
I did
in the last month.
In the last month.
Okay, great. That's better.
Yes, but last time I'd done that one was a year and a half ago.
Okay.
The point is,
all right. And we're not high.
No, we're not. This is
no alcohol on board.
This is all water and long ass days. Long ass days. That's what happens. But anyway, all that to say, I want to talk about Jose's show. So
okay. This is Jose the
hype.
The
yes.
hype. All right.
So he has a whole game show called I forgot the name. Like, how well do you know the LGBTQ community?
That's a game.
Yeah, it's a game show. It's actually a lot of fun. So it was at Roscoe's. And we had he had two queer people on one side and two straight people on the other, and he would ask the straight people questions about the queer community.
Okay. And
so I realized I don't know shit.
Yeah, that happens.
I mean, the first question was, if I remember correctly, if you know someone who's bi, do you say they're gay? And I'm like, well, they're
not gay,
but that's halfway.
Yeah, but
if you're bi, you're at least gay. No, but the queer girl stared at me.
That's what you said? This is the answer you gave?
Yes.
Great.
Yes. She looked at me
You're
like.
starting off really wonderfully.
She looked at me like she wanted to kill my family. It was.
Yeah. Especially if you're talking about lesbians, because lesbians don't understand bi.
They don't understand. I don't know what they were. I think so. It was that bitch and that cunt. That's how that was their pronoun.
Oh, is that their pronoun?
That was their pronoun.
Nice.
Yeah, the comedians.
Great.
So it was like,
Yeah,
at least
it's okay.
You can see the humor. A little
That
bit.
was their
But
names, and
but
then she was looking at you sideways because you didn't.
And I said,
Pick your battles, woman. Pick your battles.
I mean, shit. And I had to draw RuPaul
cool.
on the drawing erase board, and based on her description, but I didn't know who she was talking about. I just drew big titties and big hair or whatever. But it was a lot of fun.
That's funny.
It was a lot of fun.
That's,
But shout out to Jose for that.
yeah. That sounds like fun.
No, it was.
But I did say at the beginning of this, I said it sounds like a setup.
Okay, full disclosure, I knew the answer, but I was like,
okay, all right.
let me go. let me go for the. And they looked at me like, you can't do that. No, you can't. They're bi, you're not gay. I'm like, half.
Yeah, all of my lesbian friends, they're like, I don't get it, but okay, I love her. You know, that's that thing.
Whatever. Well, it turns out I don't know much. I'm learning.
Well, look at it this way: would you understand a dude that fucks dudes and women?
Yeah, that's his thing. But he's at least gay because he fucks dude.
He's not. He's bi.
Yeah, but
That's the point.
yeah, it's like saying, are you?
So, clinically speaking, since we're doing this,
Are you going to explain this as a straight man?
spectrum,
Yes.
right? Straight, gay.
Uh-huh.
Once you cross the 50%, if you're anywhere around the 50%, you're bi. Once you cross further over to the gay, then you're gay. So it's a spectrum, but you're fluid. You're fluid.
Just like that?
Fluid. Yeah. You're fluid. Yeah.
That was gay.
We'll explain it later, honey. We'll explain it later, honey.
That was gay. Maybe bi. I don't know what you do.
It's only in my voice. It's not in my asshole.
Oh, shit. So last time you were on the show, you like every year you set a goal. I remember last time it was the
I said a lot.
It was scuba diving. No, it was skydiving.
Skydiving, yeah.
And then you went to scuba diving.
So I did get my skydiving license before I left Texas. Yeah, and then I got my Class B later on that year.
And so this year, what is it? You're already over halfway.
Oh God, I don't think I've achieved any of them. So last year it was getting my scuba diving stuff straightened out, and now I'm a advanced scuba diver. I've got two more endorsements, for lack of a better term, and I can't remember what they actually call them. Before I'm a master of diving.
Master of diving.
Yeah.
You could have caught the Titan.
Yeah, that's what I could have done.
You could have saved those fish motherfuckers.
Ariel and I could have lived together happily if I was a master of diving. Yeah.
But this year, what is it this year?
So I started learning Spanish at the beginning, not the beginning, I guess around March I had started learning Spanish. I've gotten too busy to keep up with it. So everybody else knows more Spanish than me in my class.
Yeah.
What else have I done? What else did I set my goals for this year?
But it was a thing, right? Every year you go, I'm doing A, B,
yeah,
C.
I set a lot of goals,
right.
and I do 3 of them.
It's more than most people.
I did pick up tap dancing again. I haven't done it since
what?
Tap dancing. I haven't done it since acting school, actually. So 2010 would have been the last time I put on tap shoes.
You can tap dance?
I can make noises on the floor.
No, everybody can make noises on the floor.
Yeah, not with these shoes.
I know it's hard. It looks hard as fuck.
It is
like
hard.
You ain't Gregory Hines, but I'm saying.
No, but a lot of my teachers did study with Gregory Hines.
Really?
Yeah.
Or was it Sammy Davis?
Sammy Davis,
yeah. The other one? Phenomenal.
He was phenomenal. And there's a lot of great tap dancers now. What had sparked it, there's a video on TikTok of Hey Mamba.
Is it
Do you want a Mamba? Do you want a Mamba? You want to play with the big boys? And there are.
I am not on TikTok. I'm so
No. I just happened to get it sent to me. Like I don't fuck with TikTok either. I post a video every now and then,
right?
Because I just don't. It's just too much for me. but I got it, and it's a room full of guys tap dancing to that song. Do you? You see, it was like a big phase of it where you could see a video of Shaq doing it.
Shaq was tap dancing?
Not tap dancing, just dancing to the song. But these guys are tapping to it, and when I saw that, it was in December. I was like,
I can do that.
Not that I can do it, but let me pick up tap again. So I wanted to learn at least one dance this year, and it was
breakdancing was out of the question.
Breakdancing is always out of the question.
I kind of want to see
my knees when I can pop and lock once,
and
then it's popped and it's locked forever. Like once I pop my hip, my knees
over.
lock up. So it's like, yeah, my knees just go on strike with the rest of my body. No, I don't. I have friends that are hip hop dancers, and it's like you can do it.
Nah, don't.
But
I used to.
Yeah,
I can't no more.
Yeah, no.
It's not a need thing. It's just I don't have the.
Yeah, no. It's my whole body. I mean,
no,
my body won't. I don't have any meniscus in my knee, so that's one. I shouldn't be doing half the shit that I do.
Yeah, but you do it. Sorry,
it's always it doesn't matter how old we get.
Yeah, you do it.
Yeah, you
still do it.
That joke still lives on. I shouldn't box.
You do it?
I do it. Yeah, because I like to do it.
You shouldn't tap dance.
I shouldn't be skydiving. I shouldn't be tap dancing. I have to wear knee braces when I tap dance. It's pathetic. No,
I want to see a video.
Oh, you're never.
Please. Look, you're not running from. You're on a TV show. What's the worst that could happen?
Seeing me tap dance.
Really? No. Of all things?
I'm in the beginning phase, and I've been on the road for a month, so I haven't even practiced. And it's something that I have to keep up with. When I get back, I'm going to start again. Scott Thompson.
Oh man, I want to see a video, please.
Yeah, I'll show you a video of Scott tapping.
No,
it's amazing.
Just clumsily try to stay up and not fuck up your knees with your braces.
When I'm doing it, it ain't that bad.
Okay, then there you go. Don't be ashamed. I want to see it.
I am going to be ashamed.
I am fast. Look, I am fast.
You don't get a chance to peer behind the curtain with this.
I ain't trying to peer shit.
Yes, you are.
I'm not trying to peer shit.
Yes, you are.
I'm genuinely.
I don't let people come to my open mics to see how I craft a joke. You're not coming to see me dance until I can get a routine together.
No, come on. Look, it's this.
I have spoken.
No, it's my goddamn show. I'll turn the mic off. Listen, it's. I'm always fascinated by other types of dances.
Mm-hmm.
And because I did hip hop, I did dancehall.
Yeah.
What
is dancehall?
Dancehall is not really dance. It's like reggaeton kind of, but faster. It's not like partner dancing. It's a lot of dry humping, really, when you look at it. But the thing about dancehall in Jamaica is that they call out dances and people just do the dances. That's all that is. Like, you know that song, say my niggas don't dance, just pull up my pants, do the rock.
Do the rock away.
So rockaway is a Jamaican dance. The thing like this, it's a Jamaican dance.
Okay.
Remember the Sean Paul video when they all do the jumping?
Yeah.
Those are all.
Okay. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So usually what happens in Jamaica is that they have these professional dancers. It's really hood kids. They come, a rhythm comes out and they're like, hey, there's this.
They
new
create
dance.
something.
They create a dance around it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And a lot of times they, an artist, usually like a Beanie Man, Elephant Man, they'll come up with a song about the dance.
Okay.
So when
you mean
go
like
to the
the
shows,
rappers, like okay.
Yeah, they call them DJs there. It's
Got it.
backwards. But yeah, they come up with a dance that goes with a song that goes with the dance. Maybe that can turn out to be the name of the rhythm, or it starts a whole thing. Like you know how Missy Elliott used to use dancers in her videos.
Yeah,
like Elephant Man does it all the time. Somebody comes up with a dance like, all right, I'm gonna do a song about it. Very simple, catches everybody. The kids love it. You know, even if the song got like a rifle in it, it doesn't matter. Like a fake rifle.
Yeah, it's never mattered.
Yeah, no, who gives a shit. But yeah, like that kind of
Usually,
stuff.
if it's golden AK-47, we're doing good.
Oh yeah, but I used to do workshops and teach kids those kind of dances.
That's pretty cool.
But other than that, I'm always like, I know people who are professional salsa dancers who like compete.
Yeah.
Who are break dancers who are now they're going into the Olympics.
Yeah.
They're doing all that stuff. So that's why I'm curious about the tap dance thing because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. If I was going to put more effort into dancing, especially the way that my knees are, if I was going to put real effort in, I would start with ballet.
Oh, there's barely any bending.
Huh?
There's.
Huh?
Oh no, never mind.
What?
You jump. Never mind. But you like up high.
Right, but when you want like a core base for dancing, ballet is a good start.
Yeah.
If you want a core base for anything, Mike Tyson did
Took
ballet
ballet?
for 3 days a week.
Oh, I didn't know that.
If you've got a smart football coach, you'll send your whole offensive line to ballet class.
Oh, to work the core?
No, just footwork. Period.
Huh.
Ballet. Yeah, absolutely. I would start, like, if I was going to say, okay, I'm going to learn 3 different dances, 3 different styles, and start from scratch, I would start with ballet. I would probably start with ballet regardless. If I was going to fight more doing boxing, I would start with ballet just to work.
Wow.
Sugar Ray Leonard, one of the best middleweights ever to fight, always talks.
So that footwork that Muhammad Ali had, that was ballet? When they start like skipping quick, like shuffling real quick?
Especially big. I don't know if that he can attribute that, but especially the bigger athletes, they will. Evander Holyfield, when he wasn't headbutting people, yeah, he was doing ballet.
And biting ears? No, that was
Tyson. That was Tyson.
Yeah,
Tyson bit his
his
ear.
ear.
Yeah, he was the victim of that.
Yeah, he was there. All right, it's tired, long day. All right, let's get to our topic. So, you're in movies, you're in TVs.
Sure. Yeah, been in less movies, more TV.
More TV. Young Sheldon, for those who don't recognize. Do you get recognized when you all go around?
It depends. Sometimes.
Coach Wilkins.
I get it in Florida, definitely. Midwest, a lot. And here, yeah. There's a few people that watch. I mean, yeah, I get it. Just not like I'm not famous. I'm not a celebrity, but I get it. I get it from time to time. Yeah. Especially when people bring me up on stage and they get past the tattoos. Because Coach Wilkins doesn't, and I'm usually like this is not my normal. This is more Coach Wilkins, like me with the scruffy beard.
Yeah,
I usually shape up a goatee and I'm bald, so people don't recognize me right away. Because on the show, I've always got hair and a scruffy beard.
I showed a scene to my son, and he recognized it right away.
Yeah. Which
was
scene?
Like that's Doc. The one where you just come in as the coach. And then you're on the sidelines and it's pouring.
It's raining. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you start.
That was the last season. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't, George. I just can't.
And then they hired the guy back or something.
Yeah, George. Yeah.
That's the only thing I've seen.
That's fine. That was a good episode. That was a fun episode. Yeah.
All right, so let's get to movies.
It took us hours to shoot that because when you put all 3 of us together, Rex, Len, Lance Barber, and me together, they build in extra hours because it's just going to be comedy. It's just going to be so much.
Do you riff a lot? Do you get to riff a lot, or is it just straight up?
It's not riff. I mean, we still got to get the lines right.
Yeah,
it's just what we do in a room together, the 3 of us.
Oh,
it's just comedy. It's just straight comedy, and they'll build. Like it took for that one, the first day we started shooting that, I think it was just us 3 for the whole day, and it took us like 12 hours
to shoot that in the rain.
To shoot no, that was a different day.
Oh, okay.
Like the first day of shooting for the opening scene when we were in the hotel room. I think that took us like 6 hours because we were just making each other laugh the entire time. Yeah,
maybe I should watch.
Yeah, sure. Right.
Yeah,
try it. Young Sheldon, CBS.
Yeah. Yes, check it out. All right, so
Paramount Plus, HBO.
Okay, we get it.
Nick at Night.
Okay, you tap
TV
dance.
Land.
Shut up. You tap dance. Grown man tap dancing. You're hurting.
Just go to my page. Get my clicks up.
You're hurting them shoes.
Yeah.
All right, so
soft shoe right now.
What was the thing? Lost my train now.
You asked me about Young.
Oh, it's groundbreaking movies.
Is that what we were talking about?
Yes, that's what we said. You're not going to do this to me live on the air.
Are we live? Are we live right now?
Yeah,
That's
people
awesome.
are watching.
Oh shit! Are they asking any questions?
No, nobody's watching at this time.
I got to talk about whatever it is that we were supposed to talk. Okay, so groundbreaking movies.
Like
go.
No, what I mean by God damn it, that's not the point. What I'm trying to let me define what that means.
Okay.
What that means to me, and I would think for a lot of people is like there was a before and after this movie for XYZ reasons. They could be your own. It's like you can,
Right.
of course, there's all the best movies that ever made. You put Citizen Kane up there. You put the Godfather up there. You put the best Casablanca. You put all the best. I get that.
Right.
But this is like,
and Godfather was a groundbreaking movie.
yeah, I agree.
We're going
with
to
it.
talk about that.
I agree. No, but
we
if
can talk about why.
Yeah, if that's yours, go for it. It's not mine.
No. If that's yours, then
You
is
can
it
take
yours?
it. No, it's not.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You just said I could take it as if you had it to give.
No, I did not have.
All right, well,
you can have it.
Then it's mine.
Okay, take it.
Then I don't need it.
Godfather, go.
Godfather.
Why groundbreaking?
Godfather was the first mob movie that was actually grounded in something real. It wasn't about good versus evil. It wasn't about it wasn't that old like dude flipping a nickel and
Like see,
yeah, and everybody just
Yeah,
spraying
see?
each other in the streets and everything. It was grounded in family. I remember listening to Francis Ford Coppola.
Into the mic.
Sorry, I remember
Not that
speaking. I was watching a documentary.
Yes. I love surprising people.
It was-
with that.
okay, all right.
Go ahead.
I was watching a documentary with Francis Ford Coppola, and I've watched Godfather a few times, probably not as much as other people. It's 3 hours long, so and subsequent, the third one is probably the one that I watched the least, but it was the first time where, first of all, they gave Francis Ford Coppola like a lot of leeway when he saw it. This is interesting, and this is all again from what I hear him saying in this documentary. He wasn't going to do it because he was like, because of the way that the movies were structured at that moment, at that time in history, he wasn't going to do it. And what's his name? George Lucas was his AD that he had for movies, and he says, "Bitch, you're broke. You need to take this movie." And he basically went to the studio and says, this is the mock-up that he had. He goes, they said, why all the low lights and all the talking and no action? He goes, this is the way I want to do this movie. Either let me do it or don't. And when they did it, first of all, Al Pacino was supposed to play Sonny, and I think James Caan was supposed to play Michael Corleone. I believe that's the way it was. And when they tested for it, they said, nah, that's not how this works. But the first 23 days, they were talking about the first 23 days on set, they had no idea whether it was just going to get pulled because they kept saying, oh, we don't like the way this is. And Francis Ford Coppola was like, no, we're going to keep doing it.
It was because the script was so out of nowhere.
It was out of normal. It wasn't normal.
Out of what people are used to.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
gotcha.
You're going to talk about gangsters, then do some gangster shit, I guess.
Yeah.
But this was mostly about family, you
yeah.
know. And I love... If you listen to Francis Ford Coppola talk about how he got the guy who won the Oscar for, why am I drawing a name? Who won the Oscar? Supposedly one of the best actors in the world. Who played the Godfather? Why can't I think of his name? I'm going to take massive hits on this.
I can Google it right here.
What is his name?
Marlon Brando.
Thank you.
Sorry, I had to look.
I wasn't going to look it up.
Yeah, use your brain. But
I was just going to take the hit from all of my fans. Marlon Brando, he says, so you know how he talks a certain way in that movie, and it's iconic, the performance. He said you can't just give Marlon Brando, like, you can't just tell Marlon Brando, hey, I want you to do this gig. He said you got to make it look like it's his idea. He says he got his camera crew, and he went over to his house. And Marlon Brando had just done a movie where he had long blonde hair or some shit like that. And he goes in there and he starts setting up the camera and everything. Marlon Brando comes out the back almost buck naked and putting on a robe. And he says, hey, I just want to shoot this little fun video. And he was basically shooting a proof of concept because they didn't want Marlon Brando anyway. He says, I'm shooting this cool video. And he goes, I think this is going to be like, this is what it's about. It's this guy who has a family, and it's like a family business, and he's Italian, blah, blah, blah. And he's explaining it to him. And Marlon Brando goes and is just moving around his own office while he's talking. He's like, yeah, okay, all right, yeah. And while he's talking, he just goes into like a drawer and gets shoe polish or something and just slicks his hair back so it's black. And then the guy's, he's still explaining things to him, and he's like, Yeah, he's from Sicily, right?
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
like takes cotton and he puts it in his mouth.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah,
story,
yeah. And then he
I thought it
just
was
like
rocks.
rocks or something, and then he's talking, and he's just, yeah. So this guy has a family. He just morphs into the character, and he's like, this guy has a family, man. And then the phone rings, and he picks up his agent. He goes, yeah. Well, tell him I'm not going to do that. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. You give him an offer he can't refuse. And he hangs the phone. Character's right there.
Done.
Character was right there. Then no more work
That
needs
is
to be
dope.
done.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's something. 15 minutes to morph into an iconic character like that.
I mean, I'm looking at, I forgot when it came out. This is 72.
70. Okay, I thought 73. But
Yeah, 72. The second one, 74.
yeah, that's the one. De Niro. Did De Niro win for that? De Niro did win Oscar for that, did he not?
I think so.
Yes, because he won for that, and then he won for Jake LaMotta, Raging Bull.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, still one of my favorite. I think probably one of the best movies. Scorsese does some really great work. Over the course of the last 40 years, he's been all right. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's all right. I like The Irishman.
I think he's got
The
a
Irishman
shot.
was good. You didn't like it?
Oh no, I loved it. Not out of all of his movies.
Oh no.
No.
But this is still
No.
like when you think about the it's kind of like a Tarantino, the kind of ensemble cast he can get together.
Yeah.
And like every time he gets Leo, every time he gets
Who, DiCaprio? I'm sorry. You mean like
Scorsese.
Tarantino or Scorsese?
Scorsese.
Oh, because they both have had Leo. So,
Yeah. It's always like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a dope movie regardless.
Yeah. He's got a wonderful set of stock characters there.
So that's good.
What's
That's
the name
good.
too? I love Spike Lee's stock characters, like people that he brings back over and over again.
True.
I also love when he's with Denzel Washington. I think those are 4 amazing movies. Christopher Nolan has a wonderful set. Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, Christian Bale. These are all like his stock characters now. They show up. Michael Caine has been in every one of Christopher Nolan's movies since The Prestige. Like all of them. Even if it's just a cameo, he's in all of his movies. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
It's not gonna miss. Like I can't think of one that's like
or Christopher Nolan.
any of those guys.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
Oh yeah, you had this ensemble
Mm-hmm.
cast.
Yeah.
And, actors, and it didn't work. Like,
Yeah.
I can't think of one.
No, I love all of Christopher Nolan. If we're talking specifics,
You like
Christopher
Tenet?
Nolan. I loved it.
I didn't get it at all.
That's
That's how everybody says. But let me preface it by saying that I watched half of it on the plane. And
you can't do that.
No, I know. But then I tried. I kept falling asleep because I was like, I have to rewind. And every 5 minutes, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Did he just go backwards?
Right.
And now he sees himself. What the fuck is going on? And I was lost.
I'm going to tell you, I'll watch any movie. There's a lot of movies that I'll put on to go to sleep.
Right.
There's a lot of movies that I go into movies tired to go watch. There's a lot of movies that I just watch movies.
Uh-huh.
But when a Christopher Nolan movie comes out, I'm going to work.
You better
I'm not
focus.
watching a movie. I'm going to work because he writes so thick, so dense. Everything that happens is explained in that movie. But you can't take your face from the TV or the screen for longer than 2 seconds, or it's like, can you roll that back some? I swear there's so much that he puts in there that I know I'm going to work. It's very hard to keep up with, and there's things in Tenet that I'm like, okay, I'm with you, and I just had to go back and watch. I think
I have to watch it like 5 times to get it.
It was the 5th time and it's not that I didn't get the movie. It's just that some of the things I didn't pick up. I was like, I didn't see that shit. All right, I got you now.
I don't want to think too much.
There's movies that I watch that I don't have to think. And this is not one of them.
If you thought Fast and Furious and Expendables, yeah.
I'm not going to try and pick apart that. I would never see the movie. I'm like, really? They're in outer space now?
Yeah, the cars are jumping from building to building now. What do you know? Oh, we're going to space.
Where's the air compressors, huh? How are they supposed to keep the pressure life?
We're going to wreck this shit out of the Vatican.
You know what that is?
Got cars.
It's called bargaining with insanity.
Yeah, but it works.
No. I've seen 3 Fast and Furious movies. I saw the first one, the 5th one, and the 9th one.
I just saw Fast X last week.
Okay.
I didn't pay for it though.
Good.
I'm glad.
Is it AMC? That's the only way I'll see it.
No,
I don't have to pay.
I streamed it.
Oh God.
Don't ask. But yeah, it was.
We commit felonies on this podcast.
Oh yeah, you see my library.
I did watch. What's the Calvin Hobbes or what's the Shaw and Hobbes?
Hobbes and Shaw.
Yeah,
Shaw and Hobbes. It's not the
for those of you youngins. That was a comic. That was a comic strip in newspapers.
Yes.
Newspapers were things that you could see on the internet in your hand.
You could feel them.
You could feel them.
People drew in them.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I saw Shaw and Hobbes, and I enjoyed it.
Hobbes and Shaw.
Thank you. That's how much I care.
Exactly. They don't think.
Yeah. No. I just had fun. It looked like fun. Like they're coming out with a new Expendables.
Why?
Because they can.
Yeah, and I get it. We did the whole money grab thing. I get it, and it's like, and the fast and it's not over.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be over with this one, but the family got to get better.
No.
That's the family.
You've got franchises.
Oh yeah.
You've got 40%. I'll say I'm just coming up with numbers. 40% of movies are going to be those franchises that keep making the money, and that makes money for another 20% or 30%, whatever the percentages are, to be something that is adapted. And then
they're gonna have a spin-off. They're gonna take the girl. They're gonna have her own story.
And then you've got original works that will, but they don't cost as much money. But you have to do all these other ones to afford the. You got to do what you need to do to do what you want.
From a business perspective, absolutely get it.
Yeah, and I have fun watching some of those movies. Yeah. I won't buy them, but I'll watch them in the movies.
All right, let me get mine.
Go.
Mine is kind of.
Nobody cares. Go.
Holy shit.
You Fast X, we got it. All right.
Yeah, my favorite of all. It changed my world.
It's the game changer.
Oh my god! There was a ball that was rolling through Rome and wrecking everything.
Of course.
And then of course, what's the dude's name? Khal Drogo. Because Jason Momoa is fat in it.
I have no idea.
And he has pink fingernails.
Does he? Jason Momoa. I'd pay to see that. He actually lived up where I used to live. Well, he built a house that's like the size of.
Yeah, Fast X is my game.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt that.
No, it's fine.
Fast X.
But mine is kind of is like, it blew my mind when I saw it as a kid. It was Jurassic Park.
That is
Jurassic Park was like, because up until then there was no like big, I won't say monster, like big scale kind of monster, except for King Kong.
Not in that way.
No. But except for King Kong, the one from the 40s or the 50s or whatever.
Right,
the old,
right.
very old one, right?
And not with the effects that that one had. Yeah.
Yes. So when you're saying you're going to bring T-Rexes back to life, this is what, 1996, maybe something like that. Mid-90s.
Earlier.
Jurassic
I
Park?
want to say earlier
because I was. I mean,
94,
again,
let's say 94. I want to guess 94.
93.
Oh,
First one, 93.
Closer.
There you go. I was what? I was 12. I was 12 years old. Take that back.
Yeah,
I was 11 years old.
93. How? I think
93.
I was 15 or 16.
Yeah, you're already 47.
15. Yeah.
So
I was 47. Thank you. That's why I can't remember.
No, but to see like, and the premise, what I loved about it was that, it's probably based on the book, of course, but
I don't know.
It probably is. There's no way it's original, and it's Spielberg, so I'm like, I know it's going to be quality shit. You've seen Jaws, you've seen all the other stuff, but Indiana Jones and all that. But I'm like, okay, you're gonna resurrect dinosaurs. You're gonna use animatronics. Is that the word?
Sure, let's go with that. I don't know.
Whatever. They're robots. That's what I'm trying to say. But you don't try to animate that shit.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of like CGI then.
No, so
not in this way.
And they had and you're like, oh, it makes sense. You take as a premise.
The story was solid.
Yeah,
but
it really made you think. Like, if you took the blood, the mosquitoes,
the DNA of
the dinosaurs, maybe that could happen. Well, of course, they made like 20 of them later. But I mean, I had never seen that before. Yeah,
the first one locks pretty tight. Like as an original movie, usually you get a really great one, and then they just keep making more. I'd say the first two of them I really enjoy.
I didn't care for Lost World, but the thing about the first one is that to me, I want a good balanced movie. What I mean by that is that you get enough of the suspense, you get enough of the comedy, you get enough of the action.
Yeah.
And you get enough of the emotions, and when the scene that really got me is the one where they like the kids are trapped in the car's upside down,
Yes.
and then the T-Rex is right there.
Yeah. And then you like the
Ripple,
slow.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah. But yes.
it seems like that. And you're like, okay, so you're gonna build a giant forest,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have a car go through it, and you're gonna have these. I don't know. I loved it.
I absolutely loved that one. And, any movie where Samuel L. Jackson dies is always, great. Not saying that I don't like him as a human being, but he dies a lot, and the movie turns out wonderful. The story was, it started with the story. Like, it wasn't just a cool movie with dinosaurs.
Right.
It was the story of this guy who was going against every instinct of preservation of society to create something or play God, as if
Nobody asked him.
Recapturing a childhood by playing God is what that story was. And then you had the couple that were together and they weren't together, or they were together, or they got together, and you've got these two kids.
You got the kids. Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum
That's all you gotta say.
amazing. Yeah, Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, dinosaurs. Yeah. I think it's time to go. Yeah. I think it's time to go. What are you doing? Because the dinosaurs, I can't. I don't do.
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. But no, it was just a great story. It was just a great story. But if it doesn't have that there, I love Michael Bay movies, but the story's not. The story's not the focal point.
That's not what he's trying to do. Michael Bay wants to blow shit up.
But here's what you're right. But here's the thing. The reason that they're enjoyable to me is because you won't find another person who has found the formula for how he does movies any better. The way he does
shit up.
It's not just
up Transformers.
Oh, I'm not saying he didn't. That his movies are great story wise.
Right.
But there's a reason why he keeps doing them, because he's found something, a way to tell a story that's unique. And some of the stuff that he does with cameras and blowing stuff up and all these things, someone has to decide that he's worth doing it, because they've been giving him money to do it for 35 years.
How many slow motion walk away from an explosion you gonna have? He did Bad Boy. I'll give him props for that.
Yeah, all three Bad Boys, and I wasn't too keen on the third one just because I didn't. I enjoyed it. It wasn't as solid as the first two, and it was only for one thing. I remember walking around for days going, "Why is this not working for me?" And it was because I have a really emotional ties to the first two movies, and
there was one that's too big of a gap, and all you're gonna hear is, "I'm too old for this shit." That's all I was waiting for.
Right.
Well, they're doing another one. They're doing a 4.
They're doing a 4. Yeah, they're gonna keep going.
Of course.
But I had there were parts in my life where that I have really emotional ties to the first two movies, and the third one I just didn't. It just kind of came out and I was watching it. But yeah, The Rock. If you want to go back that far.
Oh, the Nicolas Cage one?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's Michael Bay.
I forgot he did that.
I enjoy the Transformer movies, but this last one I actually like more. And
I haven't seen one. The one with the gorillas?
Yeah.
Not gorilla, but there's the animals?
Animals, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I actually like this one better than the other 5 put together. Something about the way it was just the story was grounded better for me.
I waited for one thing when I watched it. I only watched one of them.
Yeah.
And I waited for one thing.
What?
That sound that they make when they transform.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear it? None of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes.
No. It's clank, 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 clank. It's not like...
Oh,
I can't make it.
You
the
know
one
what?
from the cartoon.
No,
I was waiting for it the entire time.
They do it in this one. They do it in this one.
The gorilla one? I'll tell the gorilla.
The newest
gorilla one.
Yeah.
You can hear the sound.
I believe so.
There's only one.
You want to know why
sound.
You want to know why they probably couldn't do it now?
They're too big.
No, not that.
What?
It might have been a money issue. Like, I don't know how much control Hasbro had over those movies. This one, Hasbro has total control over the movie. Like, it's a Hasbro production.
Oh, got it.
It's a Hasbro production.
Oh, okay.
And spoiler alert, G.I. Joe is coming up too.
Of course it is.
Yeah, it's being tied into.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
All right, another movie?
Yeah, go ahead.
Die Hard.
Which one?
The first one. Oh.
The Christmas one. I was about to say.
Well, the first two are Christmas ones.
Yeah.
First two.
Is it a Christmas movie? That's a big debate that people have.
It's not even a question. It's a fucking Christmas movie. Don't ever get that shit twisted, son. That's a Christmas movie, and we'll get to Lethal Weapon later.
Uh-oh. Did you watch that show on Netflix called How Movies Are Made?
Oh, yeah.
Have you watched that?
No. What movies that made us?
Yeah, from the 80s.
Yeah. I had to think about that when I watched it. I never thought of Die Hard that way until I saw that and I went back and watched it. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Because, and I don't want to talk about this movie too much, but the other movie would be like Clint Eastwood doing Dirty Harry, which is nothing about that's realistic at all. As far as cops in San Francisco. But he was the first to do that of the burnt out
cop?
The burnt out cop that's going to, do everything to get the bad guy in that cinematic way. That was in, I believe the first Dirty Harry would have been 68.
I haven't seen any of them, honestly.
Yeah, it's 5 of them. The first one is just epic as far as just how movies go. But you had typically from Dirty Harry to John McClane, you had cops that were invincible, or they were just these incredibly like testosterone people. And John McClane was the first one that was just, first of all, got shot.
Give a shit.
It's not. No, he was scared the whole time.
Yeah,
he was scared the whole time, like to show this moment where,
You're banging the
oh, sorry. To show this moment,
You'll talk like this.
yeah. To show this moment, dude. To show this vulnerable moment of where I think I might die. You need to tell my wife that I'm doing all this for her.
Right.
Like to have that in the middle of a movie was not done before.
I need to watch that again.
And they didn't think that movie was going to work.
No, they didn't.
Yeah,
they didn't. I saw it in French, and the Die Hard doesn't work in French.
How do you say Die Hard? How do you say he's hard to die? He's hard to kill. Because that's really what the word is.
Yeah. It's dur à tuer.
Dur à
mourir.
All right.
Hard to die.
I'll watch the video.
So this is how they translated it.
What?
This is so dumb. Trap of crystal.
Trap of crystal.
Yeah, piège de cristal.
What?
It's a French.
Trap of crystal?
I think you had to do because maybe it's in the big building with all the glass. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe. Because he walks barefoot.
Name it the crystal trap.
No, but piège, no, not even piège de cristal.
De cristal.
Piège de cristal.
De cristal.
Trap of crystal.
I'm not.
I have no idea why they did it.
And I don't want to.
And he doesn't say yippee-ki-yay either. I forgot what he said.
What does he say in French?
I forgot what he said in French. Maybe he says it.
Sacre bleu.
Hey, yippee-ki-yay, les copains. Yippee-ki-yay, les enfoirés.
I feel like my whole childhood has just been destroyed by listening to how French have fucked up my childhood movie.
Hey, look, it's the Trap of Crystal. Get it? Don't get it twisted.
No.
Don't get it twisted.
That is twisted.
Yeah.
That's the twisted part.
No, but I like...
All right, yeah, go ahead.
The fact... I'm trying to remember the documentary.
Like
they were working against some crazy deadline or something.
Yeah.
And they barely made it.
They honestly just didn't think that because it was so different, the way that they were writing.
Movie?
The different movie, not just a Christmas movie, but just that type of movie was never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, I don't think this is going to work. And then it became like instantly.
It's always like that.
Instantly.
You said it about Godfather?
Yeah.
I'm sure Jurassic Park was kind of like, it's not. We need to make this shit work somehow because people are not going to believe.
Well, I don't know.
It's not.
I don't know because Jurassic Park, you had some heavy hitters in that movie already. When you talk about
that wasn't Bruce Willis's first. That was his first big movie after Moonlight. After being in Moonlight.
On Moonlighting, yeah, Moonlighting was his first thing. Blind Date was his first movie.
Okay,
and he was in things like I think he was in something in A's Billy Bathgate where they killed him early. They gave him cement shoes and they threw him in the river in that movie. It was beautiful.
Oh,
He was in a couple other things, but that was his first like big. And but there's not a at that time there's no big names in that. I mean, what's his name? I don't think was that big then. Alan Rickman wasn't even that big then.
no, it wasn't.
So that was an experiment probably. I don't know. I have to go back and look. But when Jurassic Park came in, you had some already heavy hitters. Goldblum had already been around for 20 years. Well, The Fly was what, 70? No, Fly was 82.
Yeah, The Fly was the 80s.
Yeah, but he had been on he had been on Broadway for a while.
86, The Fly.
86. Yeah, he had been on Broadway. He had originated a play.
But he was the one, like Sam Neill.
Sam Neill.
Is Sam Neill a big deal?
Point.
Because nobody knew.
Yeah, I don't know who he is either.
It was more like, hey, this is Spielberg kind of thing.
Yeah.
That was
so in that case, like people just threw money. They still throw money at Spielberg for no reason, right? Yeah. I mean, and at what in 90? What did we say? 92? 93. 93. Spielberg had already been doing it for 20 years.
Yeah. Now you think.
When was Jaws?
Jaws is 70s.
Right. It had to be early 70s because Indiana Jones was 78. Star Wars was 78, somewhere in there. Not Star Wars or somebody else. When was Indiana Jones? 78?
81.
The first one? Oh, yes.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
As a matter of fact, that's
81.
the first movie I ever went to see.
E.T. is 82.
When was, but go back to Jaws.
75.
75. What was before that?
Before Jaws?
Yeah. Was the Third Kind before that? I can't remember.
No.
Was Jaws his first one?
Yeah, I think Jaws is the first. Oh, no, 77, Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Right.
Duel, 71.
Who?
That one. Duel.
Okay, what's after that?
I think that's it.
So, yeah, okay. Yeah, so he was already genius in 75. So 18 years, they'd already been throwing money at him for everything he wanted to do.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, he says pretty good. E.T., yeah, E.T. is 82. So he's doing Indiana Jones, E.T., and then in the 90s, well, you had another, like Temple of Doom was 84.
Oh, but you don't skip the 80s. Color Purple was still Steven Spielberg.
Oh, shit, you're right.
85. I went to see that.
Spielberg did the Goonies?
Yes.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that.
So he was getting child actors then that would end up running the whole
I did not know he did the Goonies.
Yeah.
Like, that was, like, when we were kids, that was the thing.
I must have watched that movie 120,000 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You going back, let's see. Land Before Time, executive producer.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the Future 2.
He didn't direct that. That's Zemeckis. That was Zemeckis.
Yeah, Zemeckis, yeah.
Yeah, that was beautiful, too.
Yeah.
God, why do I know all this shit?
I watch a lot of movies, man.
I do.
All right, so.
I said Die Hard.
Die Hard?
Yeah.
I want to see The Matrix.
Yep.
Matrix.
I could have gone there. Yeah.
Like, as a cultural phenomenon,
mm-hmm.
as the concept blue pill, red pill, the slow motion, like all of this, you've never. The Matrix is what, 2000?
Matrix?
One?
No, earlier.
2006? No, it wasn't the 90s.
It was earlier.
The Matrix.
Mm-hmm. I saw that while I was in core school, and I was in core school in 99.
Oh, 99. It is 99.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's
Same. The year before that, speaking of Spielberg, was Saving Private Ryan. And then Matrix. I was watching that while I was in either core school or field med. Yeah.
Yeah, like after that, there was so many movies that were like, "Oh, this is the dystopian, future kind of thing."
Right.
And there's the robots, and you don't even know if you live in reality anymore.
Yeah. And it'd been done before, but
not on this scale.
With that scale, I mean, with to that.
To where you're creating a whole parallel universe.
Well, you know how they shot it. They, you know how they got the slow motion stuff. That was the first time they literally used 2,000 cameras to shoot.
Oh, the thing when Trinity goes like this?
When Trinity does that, and when he's doing
back and does the bullets?
Yeah, so they used 2,000 cameras all at once, recording.
Holy shit.
So that way they just really passed the footage around, for them to go around like that. Yeah.
Like I know, like when they did, is it Revolutions? Or the one when they there's a highway chase? They built that highway. just for
The
that
second
scene.
one?
Was it the second one?
Yeah.
What is the whole? There's a car chase.
Yeah. Well, there's a car chase, and was it trucks run into each other?
Yeah, and they built the highway in the desert just for that scene. But just as a concept, it was like
sounds like a lot.
Yeah, well,
Building a highway and building a house is two different things.
yeah, I know.
Like so, the movie was it The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which
I haven't seen. I saw it. Quick.
even Sean Connery just decided to retire after he made that movie. Like
I didn't bother.
I am ending on the worst note I possibly could. They built the whole city of Venice, Italy, to do that.
Oh shit!
Like they of course it was all cardboard, but when you're talking about structural things like a bridge, that's some serious work.
I don't know. The I can't say that I'm a huge like sci-fi.
Yeah.
Sci-fi is not really my thing.
Yeah.
And superhero shit. Anytime there's like I'm the one guy who can save the world kind of thing, I get bored.
Yeah, I get
That's
that.
just my. I mean, look, the '80s was full of that. It's it's Schwarzenegger, Stallone. It's always I'm one guy. I'm gonna save the thing, right? Save the day.
And we're back to what's the name, which is why
Die Hard.
Die Hard was such a thing because you had all those other guys that were just walking through jungles and deserts and
Like
bullets,
just in a
just
building,
killing
stuck
people.
in a building. That's all
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
It went to the vents.
Well, and the good thing about The Matrix and Die Hard and all those other ones, they don't do it by themselves. There's absolutely, I mean, like with The Matrix, the whole thing is about being a part of everybody. But you're talking about the white savior thing.
Well, it's also the like, you don't know you're the chosen one, and then basically life something chooses you.
Yeah.
And then now you have to learn. It's like any superhero shit.
Yeah, it's the coming of age.
Yeah,
It's
you
the-
figure out your powers. There's a
or
montage, all that shit.
Not the right. It's a different archetype, but yeah, it's kind of like the coming into one's power.
Yeah, and then you have to learn the bad side, the good side, and then there's a bitch, and then you gotta fall in love, whatever. And then you gotta save her because you love her so damn much for 3 movies long.
Well, it works because it's Greek mythology stories, and if you do it right, then it's going to keep. Dune is the new one. So
that's right. Yeah.
which I like the movie. I'm not too great about it. We're still talking about Matrix. Go ahead.
No, that's fine.
No, because
the whole point is that I can bring up one and then spark something else you can go.
It's Dune. The new Dune is the Matrix. It's the different. I mean, the old Dune was good. I didn't. I mean, I was a kid when it came out, so
I don't remember.
I had to go back and watch it.
It was a game. That's about all I know.
It had Patrick Stewart in it. It couldn't be bad. Josh Brolin plays the Patrick Stewart role now.
Okay.
But they turned it into a trilogy. Trilogy.
A trilogy.
Why did you say that?
Holy shit! A trilogy.
It's a word now, bitches.
Hey, you better trademark that.
It's a trilogy.
Trilogy.
Write something down. I need to put this on
I like
contract.
that.
Yeah,
It's a trilogy and a trilogy.
I have no idea how I said it, let alone why. But
Just the number 3.
trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
They're making a trilogy out of it. The second movie should be coming out later on this year. And it's what it is. Timothy Chalamet, is that his name? Chalamet.
Yeah.
Great. I mean, I think he's great for the role. It is the white savior thing.
The chosen one.
The chosen one who's got to make a decision to be the chosen one. He does at the end of the episode or the end of this movie. I thought that the special effects were phenomenal.
I like
because I could not like it. It's like one of those movies where you watch and go, "What's real?" Like I couldn't even tell.
The fat dude in the mud. The fat dude in the mud that floats.
Oh, Stellan Skarsgård. Oh
yes.
my God!
When I saw that, I was like,
amazing.
Yeah, that's a performance, and that's creepy. You want to be
Javier
creepy?
Bardem was amazing in this movie too.
I'm trying to
he
remember
played
which
the
one he
one
played?
that he links up with at the end. That's
The soldier.
Yeah, the rebellion one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was good. I don't think I'm gonna. I mean, I grew up. I didn't grow up. I was a grown man when it came out. But I started with Matrix as far as that's concerned. You've got Star Wars, which is the same movie. And the hero's journey is what it's called. I couldn't think of it earlier.
That's
the hero's journey. That's the script. That's the way they're writing the script. The hero's journey. Star Wars and Matrix and Lord of the Rings. And this is just, you give it another 10 years and they'll come out with another one, a different one.
Somebody write a book so they can just make one.
Yeah. No, no, Lord of the Rings wasn't. What there is?
Yeah, it was Lord of the Rings.
Huh?
It's a hero's journey.
No. I meant, but no, but they use that to write scripts. I mean,
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be a book.
Yeah.
Some people write scripts from scratch using that way of writing. It does.
Oh, and I'm saying
Yeah.
usually these big epic stories usually come from books
Yeah.
because it's already developed. You just have to adapt.
I don't know. Was Star Wars a book first? I can't remember.
Um,
It's a good question because I don't know. I also slightly don't. Care,
if it's not, then yes, George Lucas is a freaking.
I believe George Lucas did. Now he used Joseph Campbell. I believe they got together to write it. I just don't know if it was books first.
The film version of Star Wars is not secretly based on the 1976 book by Alan Dean Foster, even though the book came out before the movie. Foster was hired by George Lucas to write a tie-in novelization of Lucas's screenplay.
There you go.
Oh, the book
Yeah.
hit shelves early because because the film was late.
Right.
Interesting.
But it still all comes back to stories from 20,000, 10,000,
Yeah.
2,000. Greek mythology. It's always goes
It
back.
resonates.
Yeah, you ask Quentin Tarantino about a movie, he'll actually say, "I got it from this, which got it from this, which got it from this," and then he's like, "It came from Shakespeare." But
It came from
like
Shakespeare.
he can tell you all the iterations back to that,
All right, so
which is good writing.
what's your third one?
writing. There's a third one. Didn't
Yeah,
I
it's
come up
three.
with a third one already?
No, you said Die Hard,
And
Godfather
I said
Die Hard,
Yeah.
and then give me another one. Just name the bunch.
I
Just-
said
yeah.
I was gonna say Man on Fire. I used to tell a joke about this. It's the first time a black man walked into somebody else's apartment, fired a bazooka in the middle of the street, and then just walked the fuck away.
Which one is that? That's
Man on
Denzel?
Fire? Yeah.
That's Denzel, right?
Denzel Washington, yeah.
I always get it confused with Inside Man.
Oh no, Inside Man was earlier, a few years earlier. But,
I don't remember seeing Men on Fire.
oh my God. You just stop this podcast right
no,
now.
I
and go watch it.
I think
Right.
I have, but I don't
It's
remember it.
it's one of so I-
Walken, Dakota Fanning,
Mhm.
Mark Anthony for some reason,
Yeah.
Mickey Rourke. Yeah, I don't know anybody else on here.
It's done in Mexico. The original movie was done in Italy with Glenn Scott was the original character. I recently watched that maybe 4 months ago. I finally watched the original one.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn Scott is this guy who fought in the war. He gets hired to watch this girl to keep her safe. He loses her, thinks she's dead. And now he spends all his time trying to backtrack to go find her. No, he thinks he's dead. I think he's just getting revenge. I think that's what the original. Now, I watched the original one, and usually the original number one has a lot of insight into how they did this one.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't say that it was a better movie than the one that Denzel was. I'm biased because it's Denzel Washington. But usually I can go and say the original movie was better than the remake. But in this case, I don't think it was. Although it's an Italian movie, it's in Italy, so it has that kind of long scenes of drawn out feeling and thought, kind of Sam Peckinpah or Sergio Leone type longer essence of it. But I think that what Tony Scott and Denzel Washington did with Man on Fire was just epic to me.
All right.
But that's not.
I have to go. I have to.
That's not a
watch
movie
it.
I was going to say.
Oh, it's not.
That wasn't the groundbreaking movie.
That was the groundbreaking.
No.
What was? Is it a Denzel one? Like Training Day, one of those.
No.
I think of him as like in terms.
His
of
performance is always wonderful.
No, of course.
But as far as a groundbreaking movie,
I think of it in terms of what kind of impact did that movie have on culture as a whole. That's my barometer. When you have a bunch of like if scenes or lines or quotes are taken from that movie and become part of the
zeitgeist.
yeah,
It's
it's like or you see it in references in cartoons in other movies. They do spoof about it. You know, when people say I mean, it's going to my first one. Royale and cheese, you're like, okay, well, that's
Yeah.
that's Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
There's just no,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? To me, that's what I mean by like, yeah, there was a before
Right.
and after, and I don't care how old you are.
Yeah.
If you hear that, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Right. And that's probably leans more to the, kind of the cult classics, and which
Yeah.
that one would be one of my favorite. I love Pulp Fiction. I like all of. I mean, I collect him. Quentin
Tarantino shit?
Yeah.
What's his?
I'd say Do the Right Thing. for
Yo,
me.
I got okay.
I'd say Do the Right Thing.
Yes.
And I won't say it's the first. We'll get back to that saying. I won't say it's the first one.
It's not necessarily have to have an
Different
order.
movie. I don't think it's the first one to do it, but to watch. I had read about Antoine Fuqua mixing in, watching Korean martial arts films for months before he did Equalizer.
Mm-hmm.
That really played out for that set, and then the third one's coming out in a month. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Do the Right Thing at that time, I think was. I think it was the unprecedentedly raw.
Tell me about Raw.
And the writing for that was, yeah, I'd say.
That's a
Now,
good
of course, I didn't see it until I was 30, because
Really?
I wasn't. My father didn't do Spike Lee. My father was a minister and very.
Oh, you didn't see Malcolm X? You didn't see any of that stuff?
I did see Malcolm X, but it wasn't until later. I think I was watching that on my own, because Malcolm X came out in 90. I want to say that was 95.
Let's ask
It-
GPT.
It was a list of movies that came out. Denzel was
92.
92. I saw that one, but I don't think my parents knew about it or like had any influence on it as far as whether I was watching it or not. My parents were not. I could watch war movies, like Vietnam movies.
Wow.
And I could watch some cop movies, but other than that.
So get this. I watched Do the Right Thing came out in '89.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it in France, in English, not in French. There's no way.
What was it called in French?
No, I don't know. Fais les bonnes choses.
That's fucked up.
Fais ce qu'il y a de bon.
Yeah.
Anyway, I watched it in English, like the American version.
Yeah.
My English was not that great at the time. I mean, this is '89. I was 7.
Yeah.
And maybe by the time I watched it, it was maybe a couple years later.
Mm-hmm.
But I was definitely around 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
And it did hit me because even though this takes place, this is in the Bronx. Is it the Bronx? Oh, Harlem. I forgot
Harlem.
which one. It's Harlem.
Harlem?
Is
Harlem.
it?
Yeah.
No.
Check.
Yeah.
Harlem.
Like hot summer day in Bed-Stuy, actually.
Oh, Betsy. Okay.
Brooklyn. So I'm like, even though it takes place there, I could see the parallel with what was going on in France at the time. So race relations, that's basically race relations on a hot summer day
Right.
in Brooklyn, right? So you have the Italian, dude, you have the Chinese or the Korean,
Right.
whatever. And then you have the cops and it's hot and then tensions rise.
Yeah.
And the same thing was happening in France at the time.
Okay.
With black Arabs and French people
Okay.
in the projects.
Okay.
I didn't live in the projects. I live in the suburbs of France, but you could still see the same kind of coverage. Shows the police brutality and everything. So my English was not that good.
Again,
but I got exactly what it was trying to portray.
Against French Arabs,
French and Africans,
right?
And Arabs, yeah.
Okay, so all I know as far as what would be considered French Arab is Morocco.
Any old French colony.
Okay.
Northern Africa,
mm-hmm.
like those people, Senegal, Mali, Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia.
Okay, I'm asking because I don't know that area of what France did colonize.
Yeah. So
Okay.
basically all of Northern Africa.
Oh, okay, great.
It was all French.
Yeah.
North and west.
Got it.
Was French.
Okay.
So there's a lot of second generation,
Mm.
Malians, Senegalese, Algerians, Moroccans
Right.
who live in France, in Paris, in the projects, and we had funny thing. We had our version of "Do the Right Thing" in 1995 called La Haine. You might have heard of that. It was
Say
black
again?
and La Haine, the hate.
Yeah.
That was
yeah,
our
yeah,
"Do the
yeah.
Right Thing."
Okay.
That was the French "Do the Right Thing"
Got it.
by Mathieu Kassovitz.
Was it something that they had discussed to adapt over to
I
French?
have no
Yeah.
idea. The story's different
Okay.
because it's.
But it gave you the same feeling as what we got.
When I
okay.
saw La Haine, I was like, yeah, that's like Do the
Yeah.
Right Thing.
Yeah.
La Haine was in black and white. But Do the Right Thing, as far as like I forgot that was Giancarlo that was playing. I forgot his,
Giancarlo
yeah.
Esposito? Yeah.
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 And I'm trying to remember who else was in there.
You had Rosie Perez, Spike Lee, Giancarlo Esposito, John Turturro.
Who plays who does Bebe's Kids?
Oh, why can't I remember his name?
Robin Harris.
Robin Harris. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Samuel Jackson's in it.
Yep.
Danny Ayala is
I'm looking at the
Beautiful.
Bill Nunn, Radio Raheem.
Bill Nunn. Yeah. Bill Nunn just died
That's right.
last year?
A couple years ago, yeah.
Yeah. Mm. See, and
Bugging
that's
Out. That's right.
another stock character of Spike Lee that shows up in all of his movies, and it was beautiful to watch.
The mayor don't bother nobody. Nobody don't bother the mayor.
Yeah.
But you, I knew that. I remember this
Yeah.
line to this day.
Yeah.
And I didn't know English. I just knew that line.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. The one when he stepped on his shoes. He stepped on his Nikes.
Yeah. What's his face? No.
What?
I'm trying. No. Wasn't Martin Lawrence in that?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
Martin Lawrence
That's what
was in
I got to go back and watch it. I haven't
Yeah,
watched
it
it in a
was.
while. I wanna throw another one in there because there were two. It's two movies because it's about veterans. The one movie that kind of lived with me from my father. My father and I would sit down and watch veterans movies.
Mm-hmm.
Hamburger Hill was one, which was an amazing movie. Steve Weber, Courtney B. Vance, Don Cheadle.
What
Whole bunch
year
of
we're
it.
talking?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm gonna say 88.
What is it? What's
No,
the movie?
no. It's called Hamburger Hill. I'm gonna say 88 because Platoon was 87, I believe.
87.
So Hamburger Hill was 87. When was Platoon? Or sorry.
86.
86. Platoon was nominated for, I believe, 13 Academy Awards, won 7 of them, I think. My father would for some reason, it's not for some reason, but like the only like really rated R movies that I was able to watch when I was a kid growing up was as long as they had to do with war.
Mm-hmm.
But I watched them on TV. I very rarely watched them like, unfiltered, when you get them from the VCR, from the rental store.
VCR, folks.
VCR. For you young people, it was like streaming just in your house. Like,
in the box.
Yeah, in a box.
You put the thing in the box and you hit play. And then you tape your...
And then you had to rewind it.
Yes.
Yourself.
Before you return it. Yeah.
And then if you rewound that same VHS too many times, it would snap because it's mechanical.
And you have to be MacGyver to just put that band back.
Back
Well, so
together.
MacGyver was this guy who could do anything with his string and the...
Jesus, just stop.
Go
If you're under 30, just stop watching this fucking podcast because you're gonna have to pause a lot of it.
We
Just
old farts over here talking about
we're old.
80s and 70s movies.
Really quickly, Platoon was one that my father felt was more accurate than any other type. Much like The Godfather was kind of a more reined in version of a gangster movie. Platoon might have been the first one that was like real for veterans, like telling the real story of it. Hamburger Hill was much more realer as to the experience of veterans. Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket was more of a thorough like head trip of that. Francis Ford Coppola doing Apocalypse Now, very probably one of the best movies ever made, was still like a trippy version of what it was.
And fuck Rambo.
Rambo was after Vietnam. It was now. Hold on, before we go to that, the first Rambo,
First Blood, the first one,
the
one with the cops fuck with him, and he goes
That
back.
one-
He goes he past the thing. He gets dropped off, and he walks
goes back. That
Yes.
one,
That was great.
I absolutely love that one. The other two, where his gun, his hair, and his knife get bigger every time.
It's like the when he's stuck in the mud and they have the
Leeches.
on
Yeah.
his body.
It's not that dramatic. You just pop the leech off. It's the yeah. No, it's just a fucking leech.
Murdoch, je vais venir pour prendre ta peau. J'aurai ta peau.
Oh, that's right. You're doing it in French.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're in French.
Murdoch, I'm coming in for you. And then the music comes on. He grips the mic and then he beats up Russians. It's beautiful. Anyway, so that one for me, because that was moments that I shared with my father, who didn't openly talk about Vietnam, especially to a 7-year-old kid, but later on, we would talk about things through those movies. This is something important to me, but later on, I asked him if he wanted to go see another groundbreaking movie, Saving Private Ryan, which was groundbreaking.
God, I'm not into war movies at all.
It's not about. It's.
I know it's not,
right.
I know it's
Right.
not,
For that, it was the special effects that kind of brought it up.
Sure.
For that, he said, "I probably can't, but if I do, it would be with you." That was something that my father and I had shared. And when I got on set to a TV show that I was doing, and Steven Weber was there from Hamburger Hill, I got a chance to talk to him, and half of me was fanboy because Hamburger Hill was such a there was a tight bond between my father and I. I started spitting his monologue back at him.
Oh shit!
And you know, he took it personally. Like, he said, "This is why we do it," but at the same time, like, we talked about it, and I said, "Look, this is something." I said, "I thank you for that," and you know, he started crying. I started crying. It was beautiful. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had to go to act like a half hour after that, because I was on the set of Will and Grace, where there's no crying.
There's one movie that marked me. This is personal. 1997, Amistad. Spielberg again.
Spielberg.
So
that I honestly I've never seen it.
So,
but
please. No, Amistad. If you don't know the story, it's about the slave ship that basically, like, the slaves took over, and there was a trial. They were in America, and then there was a trial, and then Matthew McConaughey is a lawyer
again.
He saves the day.
Is it? In A Time to Kill, he was a lawyer trying to save the day.
And we won free. Yeah. Give us free, and then that's it. So
this one is when Matthew McConaughey says, "Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell."
That's right. He said that.
And Amistad, his career would have been way over at that point.
No, but
no, I do want to hear this because I haven't seen it, but I've heard the story.
The reason why it hit me is two things. One, it's slavery, and we're in France, and we'll also go see it for my birthday.
Oh, that's amazing.
My birthday and my younger brother's birthday, our present was to go see Amistad. And I was, 15 at the time?
My birthday present was to go see Color Purple at age 7. So.
Oh, shit. I mean, no, I hated white people when I walked out of there. That was my first, I'm good. I'm living in the, suburbs of France, Paris. I'm good. And I go see Amistad, and I hate white people on my way out.
How old were you again?
I was 15.
Oh, great. Yeah.
At 14 to 15, yeah.
That's the time to have a moral fracturing.
But the way that it's shot, and the thing is, when you see I had seen the slave house in Senegal.
Okay.
There's an island off the coast of Senegal, Gorée Island, and that's where all the slaves, not all of them, that's one of the main ports where all the slaves were shipped to America. And to this day, you can go and visit that.
Yeah.
So I had seen that in real life.
Right.
And then I go see the movie. And then I think they show Gorée Island in it. And then you see, they're on the boat, they getting lynched, they get all that stuff, and I'm like, yo, this is rough.
Yeah.
And then there's that was the first one that hit me in terms of like, hey, this is telling like a African quote unquote story to slavery kind of thing. And then there's the recent one that came out last Christmas in France. It didn't make it here. It's called Tirailleurs. Tirailleurs.
Tirailleurs. Yeah.
So it's about the French army in the First World War.
Okay.
Got a lot of their soldiers from all the old French colonies. So Senegal and Mali were the two big ones where they took soldiers. They went literally in the movie they show the French go to villages way out in the desert.
Yeah.
Right. And then they pick the men, the strongest.
Right.
men, and then they send them to war.
Yeah.
And they don't.
They weren't doing that shit in Haiti.
No.
Haiti already told them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they were like, "We're going. You're coming with us." But the way the story is told, it's a relationship between a father and a son. They both get taken in, but they gotta act like they don't know each other. But the son's trying to protect his son.
Right.
And I don't want to spoil. I don't think it will come out here. Maybe it will. I don't know. But
it's about to come out.
I don't know if they're gonna make. It's just the movie's French, because if you don't know the context of how the French, because to this day they have ceremonies where they thank the Senegalese soldiers that fought in World War I.
But they're not telling you that.
They're not telling you the full story of it.
We plucked you out of there.
Yeah, they're not telling the whole story.
Gotcha.
So a movie like that, done by Omar Sy, which is the most beloved actor in France, a Senegalese guy. And people were like, yeah, I saw it. And what's crazy is that the whole movie is sub, because they speak the language that they spoke. I mean, they still speak to this day. In those areas. My mom speaks that language, and my mom saw it. She was like, it was on point. Everything he said was straight up. Like, he learned. His mom is from that ethnicity.
Oh wow!
And so he did the whole movie in that language.
Nice.
And so I don't know if he won anything yet, but like the movie that hit me, if it's about Africa or slavery, I'm gonna like. I didn't see 13 Days a Slave or whatever. I don't care for this. I said Amistad.
Did you say 13 days?
I don't even know. 13
12
years.
12 years.
12 years. Yeah, 13 days would be
because
short.
He was a slave for 12 years.
Not 12 days.
No.
He couldn't just like, fuck it, I'm out.
No. 12 days wouldn't.
That was my internship.
12 days wouldn't have gotten Brad Pitt his first Oscar.
It did his internship and it took off. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amistad, that was groundbreaking to me because of my background.
Yeah. I just haven't stopped to watch it. When it's on, first of all, I don't watch TV. I don't watch movies when they're on like cable or like network channels.
Yeah,
it's like you're going to take out too much. I want to hear all the cussing and see all the blood. That's how I've been since I was 10.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I honestly just haven't stopped to watch it.
I'm surprised you haven't mentioned a Tarantino movie in your 3.
Well, we've talked about 7 of them. So
we did.
We did. I said, "Do the Right Thing."
Tarantino.
Right. I didn't in my 3. No, that's what I'm saying. We've mentioned 7 of them. We've touched upon Quentin Tarantino. I'll tell you what.
Which one?
It doesn't.
Out of all of them.
Out of all of his movies.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I got to tell you, I think Jackie Brown is probably his best work.
Maybe I haven't seen
Jackie Brown. It's hard to say because I like all of them.
Yeah.
But I'd say that like technique wise and writing and just. Because I'm actually reading his book, Cinema Speculation. Talks about how right now I'm talking about how he grew up in movie theaters. So he started out mostly watching like the B movies, the blaxploitation movies as well. Yeah. I think he really got that one as far as telling the story, that story well without getting crazy in it, because he usually has a very violent streak in it in some of his movies. He usually has some of this, and this. That one was such a grounded and movie for me. But I also love Django when I want to start really.
Oh, Django, I didn't like.
I thought it was amazing, just as far as the way that he told it.
Don't get me wrong, great performances. I'll give you that. I mean, Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz, sorry.
Yeah. And what? It's
Waltz.
The same as what?
Huh?
It's the same as what? You said it's the same story as what?
No, the guy who saves the day kind of thing.
Oh, it's a hero's journey. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
This is the trope that I'm just like, all right, I'm over it.
Yeah, well, you're going to see it. I mean,
I know you can't.
Every fourth movie. It's just how it's made. Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm more of a how do you tell a story kind of thing. How do you tell a story where you give it in like bits and pieces of it at a time, and then it all comes together, or you don't know how they're linked kind of thing. Like Hateful Eight.
Oh, so
Pulp Fiction is another one.
Got it.
When you you're like, okay, there's all these characters.
Yeah.
Different story plot, different plots, different. They don't know each other, and then you go, oh shit, okay, now I get it.
Yeah.
That's to me that's what gets me. But if it's just I'm gonna go in there and fuck shit up and saves the day, I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm seeing that.
Okay. Yeah.
I would say it's groundbreaking, but
what?
Like the
Django?
Yeah.
Groundbreaking.
What?
I'm curious.
Huh?
How's it groundbreaking?
No, I'm asking you.
Do I think it's groundbreaking? No, it was just his first Western that he actually did.
Yeah.
He'd been wanting to do a Western for a while. From what I read, he'd been wanting to do one. And he usually, if you look at his earlier movies, he kind of has some of the Western tropes in it. He was a big fan of Peckinpah and Sergio Leone. If you watch all of his movies, they're all Sergio Leone movies that he's...
Sergio Leone, that's the good, the bad, and the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the
ugly?
What they call spaghetti. Man with No Name. Man with No Name. The Clint Eastwood spaghetti westerns. That's all Sergio Leone. I got to tell you, after going back and how the West, or what is it, the Once Upon a Time in the West, the Once Upon a Time movies, that I still love that movie. I have all of Sergio Leone.
Il était une fois dans l'Ouest.
Huh?
Il était une fois dans l'Ouest. That's actually a good translation.
Is it?
Yeah, Once Upon a Time in...
That's actually okay.
Yeah.
The little okay, great. We're getting closer. We're getting closer to
Look,
communicating.
it's not Trap of Crystal.
Yeah. Once Upon a Time in the Crystal.
No.
Once Upon a Time in the West on the Crystal. Like,
They
and if
didn't
you're in the
bother.
desert in America, you're probably on crystal meth. So
That's a good one. We're gonna end on that one because holy shit. Holy shit. Well,
oh man, thanks for having me, man.
No, of course.
I don't know if I said
Pleasure.
a coherent
Anytime
thing the whole
you
night.
come through
but
here. Where can people find you? All that good stuff.
This Wednesday, I don't know when you're reading this.
I'm trying to put it out this week.
Oh well, I'm going to be back in LA by the time you hear this. You mean social media?
Yeah.
Just Google Doc Farrow, DocFarrow. You'll find all of that stuff.
And watch
Instagram.
Sheldon.
Yeah.
Is it renewed? Is it still going or?
Not when I was a writer's strike.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
still going.
Yeah, but there's still another season left at least.
At least.
Because
Okay, good.
we were slated for another season. So yeah.
So now you're on your way back to LA?
Yeah, on my way. I got to go back to. I have to go back. I get to go back to LA. I'm going back.
Get to.
Yeah, I get to go back to LA. Check to see if the roaches were killed because they had to. I had to get the place fumigated. I want to make sure that the roaches did die. I'm supposed to go up to San Francisco for a weekend and do a headlining job up there and go chill and try to find some comedians. Try to find some other time to do up there. And then if you guys do Comic-Con, I'll be at Comic-Con to do a panel on screenwriting, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
When is that?
That's on the 20th of July. But I'll be there. I got passes for all weekend for Comic-Con, so y'all come see me. I'll be around.
All right.
I'll try to look for
That's dope. That's
Wesley
one thing that's on
Snipes
my
to
list.
see. What?
To go to Comic-Con one day.
I've never been. It's
You'll-
going to be
you'll
fun.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks dope.
Yeah.
It looks dope. So
Yeah.
dope, man. Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
And
Thanks, man.
anytime you come through here, you gotta come through here.
Yeah. Yeah. We were supposed to do this a month ago, and I don't know what happened to you.
We got busy.
Yeah. No, you got busy.
Yeah,
I
I
was
do.
here.
You were just here.
I was here.
You just here.
I was literally on his couch.
Yeah.
We could have
Come
done
on,
this from this.
it was, look, it was an inflatable mattress. I'm not,
It was a inflatable mat. First, it was like the little cubby hole under his kid's bed.
yeah, I'm not giving you my kid's bed.
I didn't want your kid's bed. I'm just saying I was here. You could have done this in our sleep. Shit. We would sit in here to work, and then I'm like, just turn the cameras on. He's like, no, I'm busy.
Yeah, we got shit to do.
Yeah, we did that.
We're
but
busy
I'm glad
people.
that I'm grateful.
But thank you for coming through. We really appreciate it. And all right, so follow the feedback, BAK. Watch the YouTube channel, subscribe. Also follow Record Play Live on Instagram. And again, Doc, always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Hopefully the next time I'll catch you. I want to catch you in LA.
Yeah.
I want to come out there. I'm going to New York in September for a week.
In New York in September. I don't know. I might be in New York. I don't know.
Okay.
I went out there for my birthday last year. So
Yeah, I'll be there first.
saw MJ the musical.
Oh, that's. I'll make sure I'm gonna catch. Don't tell me anything. I want to catch.
Is it still going? It's
no idea, but I'll find something.
It's brilliant.
I'm sure it is. I saw one, the Cirque du Soleil one.
Oh,
That was dope.
yeah. Cirque du Soleil.
But anyway, yeah, I want to see that. So I'm gonna make a whole list of shit I want to see.
I went to see 2 musicals in a year and a half. I usually see 1 musical every 30 years because I just don't do it.
I've only seen 2 in my life.
What'd you see?
Book of Mormon and Hamilton.
I went to see Hamilton.
I mean, Book of Mormon is fucking brilliant.
So when Book of Mormon came to LA, I did like everybody else. I bought 8 tickets so I can scalp 6. And I scalped 6. I shouldn't be saying that out loud. I did, but I had switched tickets to one that I was going to keep. And I made my money back. Don't worry. I didn't go too crazy with it. I was just selling them for like a 700% markup. So
sure.
Don't judge me.
How you think he's affording all these strips?
That's right.
And
Yeah,
gas
Coach
money?
Wilkins don't make that much money.
It's all gas.
Coach Wilkins don't make that much money. Scalp tickets and.
So did you see it?
No. So I had my manager at the time. I had 2 managers. They were partners, and she had a girlfriend that was here in town, in LA, and she was like, "Yo, can we switch?" Just she was like, "Yo, dude, can we switch tickets?" Because this is when she's going to be in town, so I can go with her, and I'll give you mine. Well, we did, and then the night that I was going to be going with the tickets that we switched, I ended up shooting something, and I couldn't go to Book of Mormon, so I still have never seen it.
So good. I saw old
it
people
broke records for a number of Tonys. So
I saw old people walk out because they had no idea what they were getting into. Just people who go to basketball hall who have like season tickets. Yeah. And then they don't know this is South Park motherfuckers who wrote this shit.
They should have had a picture of Cartman on the front just in case.
And then the song is like "Fuck You, God."
Yeah.
And all that stuff. It's brilliant.
They should have known. Somebody should have warned them.
Fuck them.
It's just like, Donald Trump. Somebody should have warned him that he needed to be able to read.
It's so good. so good. Anyway, we can't go on and on. I know there'll be a round 3, and hopefully you'll be in LA. But thank you so much for coming through, man.
No, thank you.
All right, we'll talk to you next time. Touch out.